All right, which of these figures to talk about today? I'm feeling Captain Planet. Let's look at the first one ever released, Flying Captain Planet. And while we're at it, why don't we grab the other one that came out, which is Toxic Color Change. Hey, I'm Ben, and ever since I was a kid, I loved one thing, and that, of course, has to be Captain Planet. And I've made quite the collection for myself of Captain Planet toys and other things, but with this little channel, I want to talk about the action figures, play sets, and other releases that have come out both in America and overseas. Hope you enjoy them. Now, you can't have a Captain Planet action figure line without the big guy himself, Captain Planet. And these two were the Wave 1 figures. You've got Flying Action Captain Planet in his classic red look, and then you also have the Color Change Captain Planet, slightly different with blue gloves, belt, and boots. Now, you'll see that Captain Planet got a lot of mileage out of this sculpt. It's the same sculpt. We'll take a closer look at the figures here in a second. Now, Flying Captain Planet is his likeness from the show, all decked out in red. You have a button on the back that makes his fist pop up in the air, but mine sadly is broken. And then you have this extendable rope that you suspend from to make him look like he's flying. I'll show you that in a second because you need his ring accessory to really pull off the look. Here's his power ring. It says Captain Planet on it with the globe in the center, done in sky blue to match his body, but it's got this little hook on it that the Planeteer rings don't have, and that hook is critical toward his little action feature. Here's how it works. You pull out the back, hook in the ring, and then you suspend him from the air and let him fly around on your fingertip. You have the ring on, and then there he goes, flying through the air. Go, planet! Alright, it's kind of odd, but it works. Something different rather than just holding him, I guess. Flying through the air. So that's Flying Captain Planet. Now, Captain Planet with flying action is an OG. He is Wave 1, Release 1. And one of the ways you can tell if they are is by this little black border here above the Captain Planet logo. You'll see it on some of my other figures, but that's always how you can tell. The other way you can tell it was production run number 1 is on this little mail-in card that they included. Captain Planet Club means first production run. Later it's called the Planeteer Club. So that is how you can distinguish between the two. And while we're down here, let's take a look at his collector card. Now we'll move on to Toxic Color Change Captain Planet. Looks the same sculpt, just some blue detailing on him instead of all red. You can see he has the button feature that lets his arms spring up, just like the other one. Make him fly without the flying strings. Now, you can see the color change paint still on his chest. I can assure you, back in the 90s when I was a kid, you weren't able to see that. But over time, with some wear, it's going to show. And even though he's Wave 1, you'll see he doesn't have that black border on the top. But here's his packaging with his toxic grime color change and his arms springing into flying action, which we saw. And then when he's put into ice water, that color will get darker and you can see the toxic effect. Like I said, you can still see it here. This one's newly packaged. Just with time and age, that color's showing through. Here's the back of his card, and while you can note that he is part of Wave 1 and it says there are 2 different versions available, he doesn't have the Captain Planet Club or the Planeteer Club card. I think he came out a little bit later, closer to Wave 2, when they discontinued the little club action. Here's his collector card, and each Captain Planet collector card is different, even though it's the same character. Now time for some toxic color change. Dip him in the ice water, and you'll see that the color is just going to pop on him. Bam! Covered in toxic sludge. Oh, gross. It's in his hair. Ugh. Warm water. And it's dissolved away. Like I said, more dramatic before this paint aged. Two different Captain Planets, two different action features. Really kind of fun. One, the flying action. Tried something a little different rather than just holding the figure, but the color change was neat. There are a lot of characters that have water shooting accessories. The villains do. Hawkish Greedley does. Verminous Scum does. The playsets do. So you have an opportunity to get that toxic grime on him. Hope you enjoyed the video and click on the inside link for some of the others.